Everardo, how are you doing?
How are you, Carmine? Nice
Very well.
collection you have in the back there,
Oh, thank you. Same counts for you. Well, what is it?
huh?
For you, is it books, right?
Yeah,
It's
books and photos and,
so I have
projects.
movies that are based on your books, for probably.
Exacto.
Everardo, thank you so much for your time today.
My
And
pleasure, man.
first of all, I was wondering, what's the main challenge, about taking over a franchise 5 movies in?
Well, it was the way that they approached me was in a setup where it was going to be the last of the Purge movies, so that's what they said when they approached me. So to me, that was very interesting to do a grand finale for the franchise. And I knew from the outline that all the rules would be changed and that most of it would happen in daytime. And James de Monaco was brilliant at twisting and turning the plots of the franchise. So it really felt like a standalone piece that would be the culmination of the whole franchise. So that's what excited me the most.
And what would you say you learned about the previous movies and also about the TV show that helped you getting the Forever Purge right?
Well, I remember seeing the first one when it came out. I was in London, and
Mhm.
just thought this is such a brilliant concept.
Right.
The way to put a sort of black mirror in the audiences and say, what would happen? What would you do if crime was legal for 12 hours? And we all have our fantasies and we all have our fears, and being exposed to that through a horror movie that really mimics society in a strange way. I think that that's brilliant. So I was really impressed with the DNA of the project.
And Everardo, you said that doing work for hire isn't usually your thing if you don't have the freedom to kind of express your own vision. I was wondering how much freedom do you usually need until you feel comfortable, and when do you usually prefer to pass on a project?
I mainly pass on projects. it takes
Okay.
it takes a lot of projects to convince me, but this one was exciting. It was, the whole. I spoke with James of Monaco right after I read the outline, and he really felt that his franchise had stirred into a more commercial avenue
Mhm.
than what he originally intended for, and he wanted to express the roots, main themes, and all his and all his plot was to really try to do a final film that would set the record straight in a certain way. So that gave me the license to open it up, and I just came in with once we figured out that we were seeing the same movie, that we were after the same thing, and the tone was set right. I think that that's when I was all the way
That's amazing. That's amazing.
in.
And what about, because I correct me if I'm wrong, but it feels like
Mhm,
that doing a great movie that contains politics isn't the easiest thing to do. Because
mhm.
sometimes you watch movies and you feel like that they are overusing politics. And I was wondering, how tricky is it to make a movie that is thrilling and entertaining and that contains politics, but without overusing it? How do you make sure you don't forget about story and character?
I think that it all comes to tone, right? It all comes to the tone that you're implying, and I think that first and foremost, the movies are thrillers. They're amazing thrillers. That this one, it's a little bit of a western. It's an action movie. It's a drama. It's a mixture of many different genres, which is what I like, and obviously it's scary as hell. And it's scary as hell because it projects you to your own fear and to your own consciousness, and that's what makes the Purge so scary. Putting that on daylight, breaking the rules, that felt like the right match. So I think that if you're speaking truth and your protagonists are a couple of Mexicans who are helping Americans in this dystopian universe,
Yeah.
then I think that you're of the races, because if you're truthful and you set that tone right, there is no way of badly judging the political aspect of it, because it's imprinted in the DNA of the show. And then I brought in things like the Latino codes, which is this fantasized universe where we Latinos hide information in plain sight to communicate among ourselves and to protect ourselves,
Mhm.
and stuff like that that are possible, that are out there, and it's just a matter of tapping into that truth. And I think that that's what I bring into the project. I bring I bring something that is very visceral and very truthful, that you really feel that you're watching, almost like a documentary that is really unfolding in front of your eyes. So you know, if you're talking the truth about that, then the politics and the thrill aspects of it mingle together.
Right, exactly. Everardo, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you,
Seriously,
man.
pleasure talking to you. All the best for your movie and see you soon.
Thank you, sir.
Very much.
Gracias.
Bye.